So today I wanted to bring you a video of a book haul. These are books that I've gotten on two separate trips. One was the trip I made to Powell's bookstore in Portland, Oregon while I was there for LeakyCon. Powell's is a very, very, very large bookstore that sells new and used books, and they have great discounts on books. I definitely recommend going there if you're in the Portland area and checking it out. They have all kinds of books, older books, new books, books that are signed by authors that they just have sitting on their shelves waiting for you to buy. And then the other stack of books I have is from my trip that I made to Barnes & Noble on Monday, because I went there for my book club, and I can never help but buy more books when I go to Barnes & Noble because I have problems. So we're going to start off with the books I got at Powell's. The first book I got is Dash and Lily's Book of Dares by Rachel Cohn and David Levithan. I've heard a few good things about this book, and I've also read something by David Levithan before, so I was hoping that it was going to live up to my expectations. I've not even touched it or gotten started with it yet, but one of the main reasons I got it is because it is signed, and I'm a sucker for all things signed, so if you want me to buy your stuff, sign it. The second book that I got is The Bermuda's Triangle by Maureen Johnson. She is definitely one of my favorite authors. I've read many of her books so far, The Name of the Star and The Madness Underneath, which are both part of a series, and then 13 Little Blue Envelopes and The Last Little Blue Envelope, which were both really good, and those two separate series were very different from each other, but I like that Maureen Johnson has a lot of versatility in her writing. She can write things that are very girly, like the 13 Little Blue Envelopes. I feel like those were girly books. Or The Madness Underneath and The Name of the Star, which are both very gender-neutral books. And the last books that I got from Powell's were the original covered Vampire Academy, Frostbite, and Shadow Kiss by Rochelle Mead. I love the Vampire Academy series, and I actually work for a Vampire Academy fan site called shadowkiss.net, so you can check that out if you'd like. But the Vampire Academy books I have are all the new covers because I got into it right as they were changing the covers from the originals to the newer covers that are off in my room that way. But so I was very excited when I found these books on the shelf, and $6, $7, and $5. So it was a steal, and it wasn't like I was spending far too much money on a copy of a book that I already have, and I definitely think it was worth it for my book collection. And then there was actually one more book I got while I was in Portland, but I did not buy this book. It was given to me by the author. It's called The Wizard of Dark Street by Sean Thomas Odyssey. And he was just walking around handing out these books to people. It is signed by him there, and it's got this cute little bookmark that's got drawings of, or pictures of the characters in the book. It's a children's book, and I've not really read anything about it on the back of it yet, but it was free and it's signed, and I love signed things. You already know this. So I will eventually, way distantly in the future, get to that, but not anytime soon. And then I have the stack of books that I got when I went to Barnes & Noble on Monday. The first book that I got is the book that my book club is maybe going to be reading this month. It is called Blackwatch by Jenna Burtonshaw. And as I was looking at this last night and looking it up on Goodreads, I discovered that this is the second book in this series, and we've not read the first one. So I'm not sure if we're going to be reading this month. I still need to tell them that this isn't the first book, because I can't read books that in series The second book that I got is Pretties by Scott Westerfeld. It is the second book in the Uglies series. There's Uglies, Pretties, Specials, and Extras. And these books have actually been out for a long time, apparently. And I've heard about them for years and years and years and just never picked them up. And I got Uglies about a month ago, and I read it, and it was great. 2005. So, yeah, these have been out for a while. But Uglies was a fantastic book, and I'm hooked on the series, so I have to read Pretties now. And I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in there, because the end of the last book ended with a shocker. The third book that I got from Barnes & Noble is Lullaby by Amanda Hocking. It is the second book in the Water Song series. The first book is called Wake, and it's a book about mermaids, or siren, I can't remember what they like to call themselves in this series. But it was very good, and that also ended with a shocker at the end of the first book, so I have to read the second one now because I like series and I like to torture myself with things that need to go in an order. The fourth book that I got was Of Triton by Anna Banks. It is also the second book in a series. The first one is called Of Poseidon, and I think this might actually be the ending of this series. It's just a 2-book bit. This is, again, about mermaids. They call themselves Sirena. That one ended in a cliffhanger too. What is it with books wanting me to read the second or next one in the series and ending with a cliffhanger? It's like they know my emotions. And the last book that I got is Game Board of the Gods by Rochelle Mead. I partially bought this just because it was 50% off and members also got an extra 10%. And the other part of me got it because Rochelle Mead wrote Vampire Academy, which we all know I love, clearly, if I work for a fan site for it. And I've read a couple other books by Rochelle Mead. This is actually her 5th series to come out. She's got Vampire Academy, and the spin-off series for that is Bloodlines. She has a Succubus series, the Succubus Blues, I think it's called. There's one other one I can't think of. And then the Game Board of the Gods, which is a new series that just came out, I think, this year. But so I will eventually get to reading that as well. I probably shouldn't be buying new books anymore because I've got about 70 books laying around my room and all other places in my house that I've not even started to read yet. Because every time I go to Barnes & Noble or any other bookstore, really, I buy lots of books and I just can't help myself. So that's all I have for this video. If you want me to post any reviews of these books as I read them, be sure to let me know in the comments. Also, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me what you think of this video, if it was too long, too short. I doubt it could be too short. And I hope you have a fantastic day whenever it is you're watching this, so bye!